only because they're dope band. I mean, I could go on and on about them, but they came out to Inglewood, and I'm from Inglewood. And if you know about Inglewood, you know how the people in Inglewood get down. Not saying that people don't rock to rock music, but we was in the hood, and they came out to the hood, and they had the hood rocking. So I got my people, Severed Tether, in the building tonight. Miss TiGi
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the Cros in the building. Welcome, welcome.
Peace. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Let me see. Give me a mic check right quick, mommy.
Mic check
Mic
test.
check.
1, 2, 3. They
Mic.
can't see no more, can't feel no more, can't hear.
In the building with us tonight. Thank you for coming out, man. I
Thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it.
Salam.
Man, so real quick, educate the people on Severed Tether. How many? Because y'all missing some people tonight. Y'all, it's usually like 1,000 of y'all. It's only two tonight.
Yeah, there are 5 members of the band. Everybody couldn't come, but they all send love. Everybody loves Drunken Monkeee. So.
I feel that, and I love them too, man. So how did the whole collective come together? Because I think I remember you from the poetry scene. You was doing poetry, and then you came back with this powerful force of brothers behind you, and it was like, wow. And then when I was looking at the bio, I even seen that it even kind of came from like a slam that y'all was involved in or something.
Yeah, it wasn't a slam, but it was a poetry performance.
Okay.
And Cross and I actually met on the Afropunk site, and so we were part of that online community. Is how we connected. And I invited him to come and play with me. I was like, I want you to like play, and I'm gonna like spit and like, let's see. And we got together and rehearsed, and we did it, and we bombed. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was a really bad performance.
And terrible
I,
performance.
oddly enough,
the worst.
I don't think if the performance had went better, I don't think we would have been a band because I was so bummed when I went home, and we had a conversation about how she was really excited even though it was a bad performance, and we talked about having a band after.
It was my best and worst performance. And it was so terrible, but I felt like I found myself. I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. And so even though it sucked, I was so happy because I had found where it's supposed to be. So he texted me the next day, and he was like, do you want to put together like a real band? And we had a full lineup within like 2 weeks. And so that was really, a lot of bands, it takes a while to, find musicians and all that. And so the way it came together was just special.
I feel that. So what would you guys describe y'all sound like? Who are some people that inspire y'all sound?
The thing about that is nobody in the band likes much of the same music, and that was kind of the deal. Is we wanted to put musicians together that genuinely had a passion for music, but not the same music, and see what we can create together. So people that would consider our influences will be individual. Like our lead guitarist loves Dave Matthews, and the other guy loves death metal, and our drummer, who's my cousin, loves metalcore like I do, and then TiGi being a hip hop head. So it was really just a collective of wanting to make a sincere artistic effort.
Yeah. I mean, how do y'all feel about being a part of this?
Well, we've gotten the chance to play with a lot of bands that really influence us. Like the biggest band for me personally that influenced how we approach our live performances was Room 11. Like they had so much personality and charisma that you watched them even when they weren't playing, so that influenced us to be more ourselves on stage. And we got to play with Bouchon, who mentored us, and we actually did our first show here at Multiculti with them.
Yay,
so we've been benefited by having a lot of black rock bands support us and mentor us.
That's what's up.
We appreciate all those bands. We have mad love for everybody on the scene.
That's what's up, man. Do you guys got any events coming up?
We don't right now. We've been working on our EP, and so that's taking up the most of our time. We played two shows this past weekend, but only because we were invited. But we really are focusing on getting material out there.
To be part of that, like everybody is saying y'all name, like y'all are one of the leading black bands coming up in Chicago.
That's high.
I'm not saying
that's
that
amazing.
just to rub nuts. Excuse my language, but I'm saying that because that's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love y'all. I appreciate that. So how does it feel to be a part of that movement?
We really appreciate it. When we started, we didn't think that anybody would like us at all. Like we genuinely went into our first show thinking people were going to boo us. But everybody being, showing support has been amazing, and it's been continuing to grow. And you were talking earlier about the Inglewood show. The Inglewood show perhaps was the most important show for me personally. I'm from Gary, so to go back and play a show that kind of represented my people where I'm from and expose people that otherwise may not have heard it to what we do, which is what I want to do back in Gary, meant the world to me. And I don't know that I'll play another show besides Gary that'll mean that much to me.
I feel
Yeah, Inglewood, that was love.
Yeah,
I was on like
your
12.
moms even came
Yeah,
out for that.
yeah, it was crazy.
And what's so dope about y'all band, y'all are evolved not just with the rock side of everything, y'all also evolved with like feeding the hood program,
Absolutely.
feed the people. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Well, we all as individuals, care for others. And so I've done a lot of work with, different organizations, mostly Feed the People, and the guys have helped out with that as well. And it's just important to us, and it's actually what our music is about. And so, you should be living what your music is about. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So, and so, actually, I consider, our music an extension of our service to the community. It's just another way that we service others. So,
And I remember when you guys played at open mic,
yeah.
one young lady was like, "Man, how do she get all that out playing behind all them?" My homegirl was like, "How do she do it with all that energy?" So let them know, man.
That's actually a great question because they're very strong players. They're very aggressive players. They're very loud players, and they're just as strong in personality. So dealing with them is fun, and it's actually grown me a little bit. That like my aggressive side a little bit more because I'm very soft just by nature. And so I've been, growing. I'm tougher a little bit, and that has come out in the music as it's evolved too. The songs, you can tell the songs that I wrote at the beginning and the songs that I write now, but they're just getting out there, expressing themselves, and I express myself at the same time, and so it works.
Yeah. So how do the writing process work? Like you said, do you do majority of the writing? Do you just be riffing and then like somebody be like, "Yo, let me jump on that"? How do that work?
It varies. We've actually not been able to mainstream a writing process. Sometimes one of us will come in with a whole song. It normally starts with the instrumentation first, and then TiGi will write lyrics to it. But Bloodthirst specifically was a song that I had wrote. It was actually the song that we played and bombed at the spoken word event. But then when we got our guitar player Ali, he came and brought a chorus into it and sped it up, so it changed it a little bit. So that's why that song still means a lot to us because it's a symbol of how much we've grown as a band. So
I love y'all as a band. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Let the people know where they can check you guys out, check y'all music at.
Severed Tether on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're pretty much everywhere except for Tumblr. For whatever reason,
He doesn't like Tumblr.
I don't like Tumblr.
He's a
and
Tumblr hater.
I refuse to be on Tumblr. But everything else.